check.
Hi, hello.
Hey man, how's it going? Talks check.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Snorlax check.
What's poppin'?
And Canty check.
Yeah. I'm here.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the Running Back Podcast, episode 3.5. Now, if you don't know why it's 3.5, we'll tell you why it's 3.5. By the sound of my voice, I am very angry. So, let's get to it. Today, we have a special guest. This wasn't planned. This was very last second, last minute type of stuff. Is our good homie, our new Final Fantasy fan, over the last year or so. Mr. Skoon Chung, or to us, Skoon. What's up, man?
Hello.
Hey man.
He's here to talk about everything Final Fantasy that happened on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been forever. It feels like forever. Yeah, everything that's happened on Thursday, / kind of everything that's happened, the last month with 16, Rebirth, and then the remake of Crisis Core. So, let's just hop right into it. But first, let's say what's up to the fellas. Yo, what's good, Canty?
Yo, what's good? How's everyone doing today? Hello. What is
Say what's
up?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, fuck.
Thought you were just gonna keep it short. Never mind. Let me move on. What's good, Talks?
What's poppin', everybody? Hope everyone's having an amazing day and amazing night wherever y'all are at. And I hope you touch grass today, because that's important. And unlike Calm, drinking some water. Feel me? So.
Oh boy.
Oh.
See, because I didn't want to go say hi to Calm because he was coughing, so I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this is a bad idea. But last but not least, what's good, Calm?
Hey man, how's it going? Stay healthy out there, kids or adults or whatever the fuck you are.
Very wise words from the Ohio.
Fair
man.
enough.
Yeah. Sorry, this feels like scrambler or whatever. This is just we're doing this like the day the day before we would be posting the new one, but OBS hates people with color in their blood and their skin. So, we're here recording this on Sunday. Usually we record on Wednesday, and the episode we were gonna release was Summer Games Fest stuff. But quick rundown: Summer Games Fest was okay at best.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, kind of like it, kind of didn't like it. There was good stuff. There's amazing stuff we're looking forward to. But in general, a lot of it was disappointing. A lot of it was time wasting. So, maybe we'll release like the archives of that episode. Who knows? But yeah, let's hop into episode 3.5 with the running back of the week. Let's start off with Mr. Sick Man. Calm. How's been your week, man?
My week has actually been pretty fucking great. I've made a lot of money and a lot of big decisions. I found an actor for the short film I have coming up. Looking at finding a cinematographer, and yeah, that's pretty much all that's been going on.
Hell yeah. Also, before you guys, continue to listen to us talk about Final Fantasy or getting through it, like, comment, subscribe, tell your people, tell your friends, tell everybody in your family, your mom's family, your dad's family, all that bullshit. Helps us grow, helps us continue to keep doing this. And maybe with less technical headaches, that'd be nice.
Hey, tell your baby daddy third cousin that we have a podcast.
Wow.
And we should watch it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some real shit.
Also, let's give a round of applause to Calm, who we found an editor, Drake's, you love to see it. We found an editor, a good homie, a guy that I've known for a little bit, because he's been around one of my other friends, Azzy. He might be editing this one. We'll see. But yeah, shout out to him. We found an editor. Now Calm can sleep on Monday. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what he does. So now Calm is just the YouTube guy. He's not our editor anymore. He's the YouTube guy. So shout out to Calm. Calm is now able to do other shit. And as he's cool, his editing is great. So yeah, shout out to him. Yo, Canty, how's been your week, my Jit?
Yo. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It has not been all that bad, but I got my final grades. I think I already said this on the last episode, but I'll repeat myself again. I got both A's in my classes for photography, so that's awesome.
Drakes, man, Drakes.
And
W's.
chilling. Fucking, we were playing. What were we doing? We were playing TMNT. That shit was fun as fuck. I
Oh yeah, that
enjoyed
game was gassed.
That game was fun. We'll save that for another time. And then some shit
Yeah.
happened this weekend. I won't lie. I'm like, oh fuck, like this was out of my hands. But things are getting better now. Long story short, everything's fine for those who are wondering, because I did stream last night till 5 in the morning, and I was just like shooting the shit, just editing photos at the time. But I appreciate y'all's concern. Thank you guys. I'm doing better, and things are looking up. So I'm just taking it one step at a time. But thank you for everybody who reached out to me. Appreciate y'all. But
Love to
other than
see
that,
it.
yeah. But other than that, though, I'm just chilling right now, getting ready for Amori this week. So
Let's
Yes, sir.
go.
Turn up.
Yeah, man. Prayers for Kenzie. We kind of got us scared. So, but yeah, he's good. He's the boy, so he'll push through. He's strong like us. So we
Yeah.
got here. Hey, yo, Mr. Canadian, how was your weekend?
Well, I've been in the midst of trying to find work, basically, because I need to find work now, because, you need money to be paying for shit, so I need work. I've been looking for that. Other than that, I've just been kind of hanging out, trying to get back into streaming again, because obviously I took my little break there, and then, also attempting to start, get into more of the editing for the TikToks and stuff like that, trying to find new software, because I was using a software and it turned out to not be good. So now I gotta find a new one. Unfortunately. So, hiccups here and there, but like Snorlax says, we're the boys. Nothing we can't push through, feel me? So not crazy bad week, not crazy good week, but it's just, we're here, we're there, trying to do better every single day, But we strive for greatness. That's what we do here.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Technology has not been nice to us this week.
Yeah, it's not.
Sure ain't.
We've been doing this for a few weeks now, and you think something else would pop up, and but now all of a sudden.
Hey, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Yo.
Yeah, true. Hey, yo, I guess my week was alright. Same old, same old. Getting ready for new games coming out in a few weeks. Getting some stuff together, getting some moolah together, so I can actually buy this mess. But yeah, playing TMNT with these fine men, except for Skoon. Skoon was being amazing, out and about. But yeah, Calm, Kenty, and Tox, we were playing TMT, and that shit was gas.
That shit was fun.
Highly recommend that game if you like beat 'em up games or a game you just want to sit down and play. It's super easy, and that soundtrack was banging.
Nah,
Characters
that
are all
soundtrack
fun.
is- Ooh.
Nah, that soundtrack is amazing. You should probably you guys gotta listen to it.
The
In-game or
Shredder,
out of the game.
the Shredder boss fight soundtrack. Woo!
Oh yeah,
Nah, that shit
Wu-Tang
was hard.
song. Wu-Tang being in that soundtrack is amazing. Holy shit! But yeah, it was fun. Probably gonna replay it as much as I can to get 100%, and then we'll see one day that we'll all do like 6 players and see how crazy that can get. But yeah, chill week, nothing crazy. Went outside today. Recording this on Father's Day. Went to go see my dad. Other people. But yeah, it's pretty sick, nasty, and hopefully this coming week is nice to us. So
Yeah.
But for the last running back of the week, let's say what's up to Skoon. Skoon, how's your week?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. I've finished. Well, I didn't really finish, but I've been mainly filming in the mornings. Because like scheduling is like not great for other actors, which is totally okay. But we're just figuring out scheduling for like the next like couple of days for filming some stuff. And yeah, other than that, I've just been same old, teaching martial arts, going to work, and then playing Final Fantasy. I just finished 10 and I'm on 10-2. So that's pretty exciting.
Ooh.
Nice.
Love to see it.
You see how amazing this guy is? I'm telling you, he's great.
This fucking
But yeah, that's been the runner back of the week from the boys and our special guest. Let's move into the chunk of the episode. Final Fantasy. Now, some news recently, very recently, a few days ago. Square Enix did a live stream special announcements of the remake of Crisis Core. Now, Crisis Core is a game involving not Cloud. You would think, some people are like, oh, some people out there only know Cloud from Final Fantasy. But no, it's about Zach Ferris, the Cloud before Cloud, the soldier before, everything has gone down in Midgar and Final Fantasy VII. Basically, a beloved game by people who play, who don't play, who play the mainline games and play like the other stuff that they release. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the sequel to remake part 1. Super excited, hella excited. I know it doesn't sound like I'm excited, but it's just because I'm angry. But yeah, I'm super fucking pumped. I put out a tweet. I was like, Square Enix really had me saying yes in public. I love it here. So that tweet was hilarious because I was out like on the train coming home, and like the whole train car just looked at me like, what the hell is this kid on? So I was super fucking hyped seeing my boy Zach again, and then seeing progress on part 2 of Final Fantasy VII remake. Probably my game of the year that year, whatever year it came out, 2020, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Probably my game of the year. I know some people have the other games, but it's either that and Hades. Pretty much, those two games are my game of the year. But yeah, I'm fucking pumped. I was already pumped because of Final Fantasy 16. A game we've been waiting for ages, ever since like the halfway point between like 2 years after they released 15, and the DLC and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, give me another one. Do that again.
Mhm.
Well, a better one because 15 has its problems, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, let's head to the boys. Let's head to the guy who doesn't, who never really got into Final Fantasy like that. Let's head into Kinty.
Yeah.
How you feel,
Okay.
man?
Honestly, it looks very fucking good. I think Final Fantasy Remake Rebirth is gonna be really fucking cool. I was watching Skoon stream this as soon as this thing went live. At first, I thought they were just gonna show a bunch of merch, statues and everything, which they did, by the way. They showed accessories, and I'm like, oh no, is this what it's all gonna be? Just that and probably a concert? And no, it wasn't. It was actually really cool. People were I mean, I never played these games. I'm not an expert on Final Fantasy. I just want to let everyone know. But it was so cool seeing people being happy about Crisis Core. And because Zack is one of the best characters in the Final Fantasy VII series. And it was really cool that, like, all right, people have a chance to play this game. I don't know what it's about personally, but I heard it's one of the best stories out there in Final Fantasy VII. And then we saw the what everyone's been waiting for. We saw Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and oh my god, that game looks fucking phenomenal. And I did play Remake before for like the first 2 hours, and I never went back because a lot of shit had came up, and there was a lot of video games coming out at once. But it makes me want to get a PS5 for next year, and it makes me want to play Final Fantasy 1 Remake for first one and part 2, and I want to play like back to back one day. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that shit hella cool, man. I don't know. I like hearing people that they get into Final Fantasy because the remake is cool. Some people were like, "Oh, play the old ones." I'm like, you don't really need to, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Skoon. He played remake, right? Skoon, like you played remake.
I played the demo of the remake, and
yeah.
because of that, I got super interested and went back to playing the OG.
Yeah, he's been on a Final Fantasy fucking hinge.
Mhm.
Been playing. He went all the way back to 1, which most people haven't even done in their lives, and they say they're a big Final Fantasy fucking fan. Me, I've played a little bit of 1, and like I played a little bit of like everything before 6. I played all of 6. 6 was pretty fun. I did like it, and then obviously one of the greatest games to ever be created, the original Final Fantasy VII. And then yeah, Skoons, like he said, he's on part 2 of 10, which 10 is another favorite of mine. Yeah, but hearing people that get into Final Fantasy because of the remake is great, because I think that's what they wanted. People to they wanted to play it, fall in love with the series, fall in love with the characters, and then go back and see what they've made before and all the mistakes they've made before. Be like, hey man, we took some L's before, so yeah. Let's hover over to another guy who's not too into Final Fantasy. Ayo, Canadian man, give your
That's
thoughts.
good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a big Final Fantasy head. I fairly enjoy the Final Fantasy games. Like I've played quite a bit of them. I have played, I believe it was 6, 7, 8. Like on PlayStation. Like I'm talking when you had that 3-disc fucking bundle that was in there that you could play with. I played those ones, like the very, very original ones. I never played like the very first Final Fantasies. Just never could get my hands on them or never really got into them. But I did play 10. I never played 10 2 because I didn't have that one. I played 11. Didn't play 12. I will be playing 13. And 13, possibly 13 too. And then and at some point, once I buy it or get it anyways, I'm definitely going to be playing the remake because I've been wanting to play the game for so long, but I didn't have a PlayStation when it first came out, so obviously couldn't be playing that. So, but once they brought it on a PC, I was like, all right, bet, gotta get it. And then they just recently came out with the integrate version of it, so now you have the first DLC on there along with the main game. So definitely have to get into that for sure. But yeah, no, I've really fairly enjoyed the Final Fantasy series for that. And when they came out with Crisis Core, I was like, nah, this, and it's the remake version of it though. Like, you can't get any better. Like, come on, like the graphics wise, it looks beautiful. I really hope the soundtrack is just as good, if not better than it has to be. And what other content they're gonna bring along with that, and to see, Rebirth as well after, the first part of the DLC from the remake. So, definitely pumped for that. Definitely want to go see that. So, at some point, definitely going to be playing through the remake. So, I'll be able to get through part 1, and then part 2 will come out by winter, and we'll be good to go.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Looking at Crisis Core, looking at like everybody falling in love with Zack. I'm like, it's good because a lot of people don't know who Zack is. They just think he's the guy who Cloud saved, and because he doesn't really show up in the original 7, and therefore doesn't really show up in the remake. Well, we thought he wasn't going to show up, and then at the end, spoiler alert if you guys haven't played Final Fantasy, Zack is alive.
You're fine. Yeah,
he's alive. So in the original game, he's dead. Stays dead. He doesn't come back. Right. But in the remake, I see the vision. We see the vision. So he's alive, which is a good thing. Zack is beloved. He's in Kingdom Hearts when they did the whole Final Fantasy thing. He's in his own games. He's in other spin-off games. He's in the Dissidia mobile game. Zack is everywhere. Why? Because people like him. He's goofy. He's like if Cloud, wasn't depressed. Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's like a fun,
100%.
He's a positive character.
Very glimpse moments where we see Cloud happy, it makes me. Then we have Zack, who's pretty much if Cloud was happy and wasn't hunted down by fucking Sephiroth. So yeah, and then seeing younger Sephiroth, so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, let's get thoughts from Calm. Pretty big Final Fantasy head, like memes and like me and Skoon. Yo, Calm, how you feeling, my
dude? So when I was watching Skoon streaming the announcement, I was literally driving. I was at work driving, doing my thing, and then they turned on the trailer for the remake. I was like, what? I almost slammed on my brakes, but I was like, wait, keep going.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Nah, I was in that shit. I was screaming in my car and shit. I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. The one thing is, I don't know what to expect of the gameplay because of what 16 looks like. Do I expect it to have the same combat system as the original remake? Yeah, probably. Because, well, I don't know. The game's practically almost done, is it not? Since it's coming out winter next year. They're just tweaking some shit. Yeah.
But I mean, a year and a couple months is a lot to a game, and they have this much done, and obviously a lot more. So I feel like winter is like the perfect one, and if they delay it even more, the beginning of 2025 makes sense, So if they're like, damn, this doesn't look right. It doesn't
Well-
matter if they fucking delay it because it makes sense because I'm like, this game we thought we weren't gonna see it until like 2025. And then we're
Yeah.
seeing it now this year, and then it's coming out next year. Like, it fucking bothers me.
Yeah.
Like, they
Yeah.
they
Well, the
really
thing
are on their
is,
stuff. You know?
Winter for Japan doesn't really start till January, February, no?
Yeah, 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It might be an early 2024 release.
They say
No,
they
I don't.
say
It's. I don't
you
think
know.
it's.
No?
I think
No,
it's.
no.
beginning
I think what they
2025.
mean is winter, our side, like
Okay.
December, November. Like I'm pretty sure that's why it says like that. They have winter over there, but I don't know if they call it winter in Japan.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's
It's
just
their
extra fall.
winter finance season or whatever it is.
it's coming out quarter 2 or quarter. four,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
because
which
it would
is- or
'cause it would
quarter
make
two
sense
is, like
'cause-
the second half of the year. So,
because most companies they say the holidays of a certain year, right? And everyone just assumes December, right? Because that's usually what they're talking about.
yeah,
But now
December,
since they're talking
November.
about winter, that could mean within like a gap of like 4 or 5 months, right? Like you
Right.
can, it's kind of up in the air for that,
be
especially since
either
they said
December-
next year.
Yeah. It could be either December or 2025, and they'll just change it.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, a release date isn't really my concern. Concern is everything else. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong,
No, I
the
get
game looks
you.
the game looks great. It's just what changed. Obviously,
A lot.
not what changed. That's not what I meant. I mean, like, does the combat evolve? Does the menu evolve? Does the upgrading evolve? Does that stuff evolve? That's what I'm worried about. Release day, I don't give a fuck because whatever fucking day it comes out of, I'm still getting that.
Right.
And then
I'm
also-
pre-ordering that shit.
The big, point of the remake is the story.
Yeah.
It's so different. It's very different. It's super different.
Wait. Did we say winter of next year of 2023?
They
It's
said
winter of
2024.
2024.
Oh,
On the trailer it says 2024.
because
They said next year. I don't know if they said holiday. I don't.
because
Regardless of
I'm
wrong,
I'm
so-
sorry. I just went to go and look it up because I wanted to like double check and make sure everything. It
Mhm.
says winter of 2022.
No.
No.
It's too soon.
I think
Hell
that
no.
That's
Look at the
not the
trailer.
right game.
Nah, look
No.
at the.
Well,
look at the
Crisis
trailer. If it's
Core,
winter-
that's
if it's
right?
winter of
Yeah.
2020. Wait,
Yeah,
what year are we in?
the
We're
Final
2022.
Fantasy VII remake Crisis Core
That's Crisis Core. We're talking about.
Oh, we're talking
two.
about remake.
Yeah.
remake part
Rebirth.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that should be.
remake
That should
on
say
the
next
trailer.
Winter,
says-
yeah, it says
says
winter of 2023. So I'm guessing holidays. So probably December.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Mhm.
I've been saying 2024. I'm fucking tripping.
Yeah, so
balls.
2023 winter,
Oh my
probably
God.
probably December. That's probably
Yeah.
what they're going to
I've
do.
been tripping. I'm tripping acid. Yeah,
Or
the
the-
next year's winter, either or that, or because winter it goes from December to all the way to
April.
March.
Yeah.
Or
March, April.
whatever.
Right.
For them, at least the times, the way the time works, at least the winter season, it goes all the way to that. So they could overlap it into the next year of 2024. So
hmm
hmm
my bad. I said 2024. Next year, 2023. So
Bro, it's okay.
They
Like,
could, to be honest, they could mix the fuck out of us, drop it next March, this upcoming March, and just be like, here's
no.
the
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
real
16
winter
needs to-
2024.
Yeah, I think that would
16 needs to come
overshadow
out.
no,
like
16 needs to come out first
Yeah.
because it's the new game. So
True. Forspoken needs to come out too, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, don't get me started, bro.
See, because here's the thing, though, because
Please.
that's weird. Because if 16, they never gave a clear indication when 16 was coming out, but they said 2023. So is part 2 of the 7 remake gonna come out after 16?
It'll come out
It's
months
supposed
after.
months, a couple months
I
after
think like
16. if
summer,
Ah.
summer
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means we're
16
getting.
is a lot earlier in the year. So
Yes.
That means we're getting Crisis Core winter 2022. 16
16.
summer 2023, and right after that, Rebirth.
literally like
yeah.
4 months after is Rebirth.
Yeah.
So
No, that's insane.
we
That
popping
lineup.
off on
Nope.
the Square Enix games. So.
Oh yeah.
And who knows what else they're fucking making, because they always make other games.
hmm
Yeah.
But yeah, the story of the remake is different from the original. A lot different. Well, maybe not a lot, because they do still hit the beats of, Cloud Sephiroth, the eternal mental battle, Cloud remembering Tifa's past, Barrett trying to protect his daughter, Aerith and her shit. So
You're the
overall,
complicated motherfucker.
yeah, overall, they hit the same beats,
Mhm.
but with the way that 7 Part 1 remake ended, it's very different. It's very, because Zack coming back really throws a wrench into the story.
The timeline,
Um,
right?
yeah. But they said this isn't the original time, or time, the original
Interesting.
story. They wanted to do something different. That's the kind of the point, and I think they did it nice. So Zach coming back,
Mhm.
Sephiroth's whole plan and everything that he's about, and like him, the way he does his plans, and the way that he's trying to do this whole world conquering, becoming the ultimate being type of shit is different from the first game. The original, different from the original game,
Mhm.
and to me, it's good. Sephiroth in the remake is a lot more menacing. He's like a looming threat that shows up. Doesn't really attack, Cloud, and he's like, he's like taunting Cloud.
Mhm.
So, I just me. I don't know about you guys, but I think there is some story beats that will continue to be the same with either bigger twists or bigger emotional beats, bigger action points, and then like that. Because I'm pretty sure they want to keep the story similar enough to people who like the original game, but then it goes into like, this is what we could have done. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you guys think that the story change fits, or should they have? I mean, remake part 1 has been out for you, so it really doesn't matter what you think. So
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, but do you like the story change? And like, obviously, if you haven't played 7, you know,
I mean,
um,
fuck. I mean, I don't know. I mean, watching. I mean, like I said, I know like the main points of the original Final Fantasy VII. I never beaten it personally. I just been seeing the best moments, like watching YouTube videos, like what the story is about, because I was curious about it. But like, I feel I could be wrong, but I feel like this new Final Fantasy VII, like the remake, it's kind of like a sequel. Like like it's still going. If that makes sense. I don't know how it is, but it still is. Like Zack is alive. That's like the biggest what the fuck, because people love Zack and we're like, how is he alive? Which timeline is this? Like, we don't know. We have so many questions, and like it bugs me. Like, Cloud's getting mind fucked by Sephiroth with all these visions and shit. Like he already has been having like a future events of Final Fantasy VII,
yeah.
and it's pretty fucking wild. And like two is like, I said this before. I think people have been saying this too. I could be wrong. Aerith, like in Final Fantasy VII Remake, I feel like she knows what the fuck is going on, and she knows like her fate. And I have a feeling she's gonna change that in the next one. And I don't know, and I feel like it's gonna change the timeline, and I feel like some other characters are gonna die. That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Interesting.
she is like kind of aware of how Cloud reacts to things. Because he does see visions of like future events and like other things that have happened in the original timeline of the first game. Spoiler alert, but this game's been out for like 20 years. Aerith gets
She
bodied.
got fucking body.
Yo.
Mhm.
Literally.
We were talking about this like the other night, and going back and forth with different theories, because we say a lot of theories, but all of us could be wrong.
Yeah.
Every single theory could be wrong, and they could just hit the same beat with like more emotional damage because Zach is there, and obviously Zach is going to reunite with the team, see his love, which is Aerith. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's very, it can be more emotional than it used to be, right? Like people were like 10 playing 7, and like they saw Aerith die and they were crying like little babies. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like it's like my theory is like she knows, well, kind of knows. She kind of knows, and Sephiroth knows. Like they know the original timeline. They know how things are supposed to play out,
Exactly.
right? But since Sephiroth is like the biggest brain genius man that he is, he lets he you know in he don't in like puts himself in certain spots to kind of drive it more and like fuck with Cloud more and like give him like the most emotional fucking trauma there is.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the big part where Sephiroth comes from the heavens and fucking bodies Aerith. I feel like will happen. Maybe not the way that he did before, but either he knows that he's supposed to kill Aerith, but he goes for Cloud, and Zack sees it, pushes Zack out the way. Aerith knows that she's supposed to die because that's what's gonna happen. That's what happens in the original timeline. Pushes Zack out of the way, and she gets gutted. You know, you can switch around characters. You can say, you know, Tifa's in Cloud spot or Tifa's in Zack's spot, and then the domino effect. Because once the timeline changes, everything, you know, sometimes the way that time travel works, it will fix itself to be that time. And if you fuck it up enough, the timeline will retaliate. So
Yup.
that's my little theory. I don't really want to be right. I just want to see what they do. Like, you know, I hear a lot of theories, but I don't want any of them to be right.
Right.
Because I want to see what they do. Square has a very good vision of what they want. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what the boys think will happen with the information we've been given, the trailers, playing the first game, or watching somebody play the remake. You know, what do you guys?
Oh, I will take, I guess, first bat at this because along the lines of what you said, Snorlax, I kind of am feeling the same thing because Aerith seems mighty protective. I think in this version of Final Fantasy VII than the original. But instead of like Aerith just getting murked, I feel like it's gonna be like if you guys have seen Naruto Shippuden, some fucking Minato, whatever her name is, both getting clapped, protecting Cloud. And Cloud's just gonna be there like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, that would be kind of lit though for a
It
fucking
would.
tragic.
That would be
I'm
so
kind of fucking with
tragic.
that too. That's already better than mine.
The image is gonna be somebody's desktop screen saver. It's gonna be so fucked up. Oh my god! But yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, that's like in the vein of what I said. But I mean, I'm cocking with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, realistically, you could say that any number of things happen, really, if you want to change up the entire timeline. Like, if they want to go about that right. But I feel like because, I mean, look at how many other games have been remade, not remastered, remade. Usually when they're remade, some type of story, like, you know, prevalence to them is changed because it's a remake of the game. It's not, you know, they made the game look better and did better. They also changed part of the game too. So them changing up the story as they did in the remake, if they go any further than that, I feel like it would create problems for them because then now they gotta go create new shit. They gotta make up whole new stuff. Even though
not really because they did this on purpose. They did this because this. I don't know if they explicitly said this, but this is a different timeline.
Yeah, completely.
You can still know the timeline of the game, but the reason they did this is because they wanted to see. I'm pretty sure they wanted to test out what else they could do, and this is different because this is a new generation of people playing this game. So
I feel like they're pulling out their backlog of story ideas that they had with this game.
I mean, even the fact that Zack is back, like that in itself, that aspect alone,
that's a big deal.
That's a huge change in the entire that's huge already. So now what they're gonna do when they play off that, fuck, I'm willing to see what they want to do because
it's weird because like it not just Zack being alive. Yes, that's the biggest point and / problem because anything could happen at this point. Like Aerith having the visions, Cloud having the visions, Sephiroth. I believe he knows what's happening. I believe he knows the original timeline.
He does, yeah.
So his plan is different. It's been different the first 30 minutes of the game. If you've played the older games, it's different than what he wanted to before.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we're out of Midgard. Midgard is interesting enough and it was fucked up. But once we leave Midgard, it gets even worse. So, you know, Cloud's mental trauma, even Tifa's trauma with her past. And, you know,
oh yeah.
I'm not going to say who dies, blah, 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 right? if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. When Tifa's in that beautiful cowgirl outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yep.
I didn't need to add the beautiful part, but you know,
I know
All
exactly
right.
what you're talking about.
but her in that
Christ.
flashback, and Tifa dealing with trauma, and then Barrett leaving his kid behind. The cutest little kid ever, Marnie, right? What's his name? Marnie,
Mhm.
Maury, whatever.
It's Marie, Marnie,
Marlene?
something like that.
Marlene.
Yeah,
Marlene.
Marlene.
Yeah,
She's
I was about to
she's
say
the
it's
Yeah,
cutest thing
Marlene.
in the remake. In the
Mhm.
remake, she's adorable. So there's a lot of things that are traumatic, and then like you do different things from the original game, and then like you twist it, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna do a little twisting, a little fixing, a little wiring, and be like, let's fuck these players up. Let's bring back Zack. Everybody's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, maybe that's why they remade Crisis Core, because everybody was bugging out about Zack. They were like, "Yo, bring back Crisis Core," and they're like, "Oh, fuck it, let's do it."
I
So
mean, shit.
Winter won that day then.
yeah, no, it's just like, fuck it, all these people like this guy all of a sudden. All right, well, fuck it.
Skoon, what's going through your brain, man? What after
'cause you're
that
fresh off
trailer,
the game.
all
Yeah.
the information taken in, what are theories that are like going through your head? Like, fuck, what if this happened?
Well, what's the theory that you think makes sense? Because there's a lot that we always think about, speculate,
Mhm.
things like that. But what's one that you're tied to?
I don't necessarily have a tie to a theory really.
Mhm.
It's just a bunch of different scenarios and ideas that I think could happen.
Mhm.
Like I'm pretty sure the beginning of the game is gonna be the village of Calm when Cloud is explaining his backstory. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
All throughout Cosmo Canyon when they meet Bugenhagen. But I
Mhm.
think once they meet Bugenhagen, I think that's when Zack might appear. Cause like
I can
Zack
see
would
it.
Zack would
I
probably
can
be like,
see
"Hey,
it.
what the fuck is going on with this timeline? Like, I'm not supposed to be here." So
Yeah.
the only person that makes sense to go talk to about multiple timelines is Bugenhagen.
Mhm.
And then I think everything will play out sort of the same until like the faded Aerith moment. People will they will like start talking and be like, "Hey, like, why are you here? I don't know."
Hmm.
They'll have like interactions and stuff, and like I think it would be really cute to have like um in the Golden Saucer when Cloud and Tifa would have a date and Zack and Aerith would have a date. That'd be really
Oh,
like
the double date.
yeah, the double date.
Oh, yeah,
That'd be
yep.
so nice. That'd be so cute.
Dude, the double
Um,
date just to rip it away from us.
Yep,
Jesus.
exactly.
Yo.
And I think like since well, they're not really going with an open world RPG style, but I do kind of wish they had more choices that affect your ending a little bit. Kind of like in the original game, like depending on how you respond to some NPCs, like you can have a date with Aerith, Tifa, Barrett, or Yuffie, depending on the interaction, what route you take. I think that would be fun if like, and the replay value would be there if like, um, depending on like, kind of like in the remake part one when you would do certain side quests, like you'd get this dress of Aerith, or if you
Oh
pick
yeah,
this,
the
yeah, if you
different
pick like
dresses.
this
Oh, that
one,
stuff.
then you can get like Tifa in a dress or something.
Wow.
I think that'd be cool. So then it'd be like, so once it gets to the Golden Saucer date, like you can have a mixed match. So like Zack would go with Tifa and like Aerith would go with Cloud, and they'd be like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Like what's happening here?"
It's not supposed to happen. Hold on, wait.
Like that'd be a really cute like
You kind
fun
of
moment.
spitting.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be pretty.
Wait.
That'd be
Pretty
tight.
interesting.
That
It's
would be
like
fucking sick.
at the end of the day, the story won't change. At
Mhm.
least like the ending of the game won't change. Things are gonna happen with Sephiroth. Things are gonna happen with the meteor that's coming.
Mhm.
And things are gonna happen with Cloud learning who he actually is and everything about him, or even more than he already kind of knows. So
It would also
um,
like develop their relationship as well. Like
oh yeah,
even though like um oh my god, like that'd be so cool though. Cause like what if Cloud and Zack got a date and then they're just talking like, hey, like where were you like after this, blah blah blah, in your timeline. Um,
Yeah.
Tifa, Aerith would have a date, blah blah blah, all that. It would also explore each character's like relationship with one another because like in the OG it was kind of there, and there was like obviously stuff there, but it wasn't completely fleshed out, I thought.
Yeah.
But it would make like that portion like a lot more fun, replayable, and like just fun little nods to like the compilations, like the other stuff. So
hmm Yeah, because it's like Tifa and Cloud have their history, and so do Aerith and Zack. They have their
Mhm.
history with each other, and it's like it'd be nice to see what each of the others think. Like
Mhm.
Zack is like, dude, I've been dead. I'm supposed to be dead. How is Aerith? And him talking to Cloud, and he's like, no, she's fine, but
yeah, she's good.
she's in danger.
Mhm.
And then he's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And then Aerith
Drama.
asking Tifa like, well, how was Cloud like as a kid? He was happy actually.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Cloud was happy at one point in his fucking life.
He actually spoke more than 2 words at a time.
Right.
Right.
So, but yeah, even like Tifa, like they share a lot of good memories, and it's just like it's nice to see what others react to. Like, oh, Cloud wasn't always this, angry faced soldier boy. Like, whoa. But I feel like even at that point, it's like it's a nice wholesome moment
Mhm.
just to rip it from my heart. And it's
Yeah.
like I feel like that's what they want to do. That's kind of
They're gonna do it.
That's kind of what they
Gonna
need
do
to
it,
do
bro.
because after Midgard, everything is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not everything. Obviously, the game is still cool and fun, but it's like in the original game, it's like when you read the dialogue, it's like it's sad.
Yeah, they're all
Cloud
like,
is so
damn.
traumatized by this
Mhm.
whole bullshit, and it's like even Tifa too with her own problems, and like
Mhm.
Aerith kind of having a dilemma about like living while Zack is just dead, and she never got a chance to say goodbye or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
this puts them
Exactly.
in a situation where they need to flesh out their feelings,
Mhm.
what they need to. Obviously, Cloud and Tifa go on to live with each other. They love each other, things like that. If you've seen the Advent Children movie, they have other conflicts over there, but it just gives
Oh.
them a chance to make these characters a lot more
Closer.
special. Yeah, closer and special. It's like, yes, people love Tifa, people love Cloud, but like story wise, you gotta like bring them out. You gotta like get the
Expands on
emotion.
who they
Yeah.
are
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we know
as
who they
people.
are. It's just we need to get them, connected emotionally with the player, and I feel like
Mhm.
that's what they're gonna do.
Bro.
Because again, Square Enix can get emotional if you,
Yes, they can.
aka Kingdom Hearts fans.
Square Enix like to punch people in the sternum, bro. Let's talk about it. 'Cause
Square
I'm
Enix
hurt.
likes to make you depressed.
Yeah.
And even in like the other Final Fantasy games, like 13 is kind of sad. Yo, 15 is especially sad. Man, my
Mhm.
boy
I cried
Noctis,
at
bro.
15.
Yep.
Dude, 10? I just finished 10 and
See,
holy
yeah,
crap,
like
10 was like,
10. Even
dang.
8. I think 8 is kind of fucking
8.
sad.
Oh,
Well,
And
it's
it's like,
because look at the story though. Look at the base story around what they've written and what they're using around you. Like, look at the characters, look at their backstories, look at the story they've taken. It's not a, I guess a like a gleeful story. Like it has nothing to do
it's
with
not
anything
flowers and
good.
rainbows.
You know,
Yeah.
it's always something bad has happened. Something bad is happening. Something bad has happened, and now you're trying to right as much of the wrong as you possibly can. But I mean, it's unfortunate at the end. It's like, well, you just didn't do enough, or it was inevitable. Like it was going to happen one way or another. It was just a matter of how you went about getting to that end point now. So it's like,
Yeah.
kind
The
of sucks that way.
subplot, like the sub villain plot of 7 is like this corporation, the Shinra Corporation. They're hurting the Earth.
Yep.
And it's like, what's happening, but you're so focused on Sephiroth and this fucking meteor, they're just like, fuck this company. I don't give a shit less. There's a fucking meteor coming. It's
Yeah.
gonna kill us all. And this Sephiroth dude is gonna fucking do something with his mom and then kill us all. So
I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, pause.
if you played the games, you know what Sephiroth and
I
his
know what
mom
you
is up
mean.
to.
Here's the thing.
So
Here's the
I
thing.
just it's just a lot. It's just baseline villain, the big baddie, and then
Mhm.
like the characters have to do both, and it's like God, that's such. It's a lot. Like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is not happy. It's not a happy series. It's not supposed to.
It's not. I'm gonna say this once, and I am gonna die on this hill because I've been saying this for a long time about this remake. I
I know
think
what this is
Aerith
gonna
is
say.
gonna live. I think
Yeah,
Aerith is
yeah.
gonna survive,
Oh.
and I think Tifa's gonna die.
You think they gonna take Tifa?
Dude,
I don't
they
know. I don't know.
can't.
I don't know.
if
what
they
Ken's
can't,
on
She's
this
the
hill.
moneymaker now.
I don't
I know
understand.
she's the moneymaker, but if they want, like, I don't know, because
exactly
Aerith was
why.
one of the most iconic deaths of all time, according to like the Final Fantasy fans. Like, that's like the biggest moments of like gaming history.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel like if they want to charge something like that, they got to build up the relationship. Everyone's getting along. We're getting closer with our team, and then Sephiroth comes out of nowhere with this fucking 20 feet fucking blade, stabbing Tifa in the back like
Yeah.
Aerith, and said Aerith survives, and then Tifa gets the fucking shit, and Aerith's like, "Oh, I fucked up the timeline." That'd be wild.
I don't know. I don't know why Canty's on this hill. 'Cause, like,
Shatter.
it's
I
just
just-
like,
Canty wants
people don't-
violence.
Like, companies. No, he wants violence. But it's just like companies don't do that unless
I
you're a
know,
dumbass
but-
company. It's just like
No, I think
They're not
Square would
gonna-
do it.
Square would
I think they
definitely do it, though,
will.
which is very
They
scary to
will.
think about.
Right.
Now,
If
they
anyone's
got no
got the
hearts.
balls, it's Square Enix.
I mean,
Yeah.
they went ahead and did a remake. They could do just about anything now at this
they can do
point.
whatever they
Pretty
want.
much.
I'm
They
not
could do
saying
anything they
can't.
want.
I'm like, it doesn't feel right. Like it's not gonna
Hmm.
hit. It's not gonna be sad. It's gonna be angry.
It's
You
gonna
know
be
when they
Yeah,
devastating.
definitely. I'm gonna riot.
Shout out to fucking Naughty Dog, stupid ass company. Killing Joel wasn't sad or emotional. It was fuel enraging inducing. Right? I was angry. I wasn't sad. I was like, oh man, my fucking favorite character. No. I was like, fuck this game, fuck this company, fuck all this bullshit, right? Thing with Square is they would do it, but will they? No. Because if they would, Sora would have been dead ages ago.
Ah, man.
Sora would have been dead by the end of 2.
He
We would
would've.
have been playing Riku in 3, and that would have been way better.
Sora would have
Nah.
died at 1. Let's talk about it.
We would have died at 1. Fuck her. We would have
Right.
blew up the fucking island and be like, where you gonna go now? Where's your home?
Mhm.
Bozos.
Well, how about this? Which characters do you think are gonna come back? Because remember, there's a lot of characters in that game. Like, what the fuck is his name? People like him and hate him. Vincent. How are they gonna bring him in there?
Oh,
They're gonna
yeah.
make him
Vincent.
badass.
Wait, who hates
Beautiful.
Vincent?
My,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Didn't they hate their game? That video
No,
game.
oh yeah,
it's-
the game was.
Oh, the game
ass.
was
Garbage.
yeah. The game
There
was
we go. It's
garbage.
the video game, not the character.
No,
Yeah,
no.
the
That's
character's
not the
fine.
fault of the character. That's the fault because they made, because I don't even think it was made by Square Enix. It was published by Square Enix. I think it was made by somebody else.
Who made it? Oh,
I
I'm
don't
looking
know.
it up.
I don't remember.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it was
Vincent,
not
it's fine,
Square.
so.
Yeah. So I think Square, what was it, like 2000 something? They made the
Mhm.
Vincent game?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Pretty sure they were working on Kingdom
Dirge
Hearts.
Cerberus.
They were working on Kingdom Hearts.
2006.
2006?
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
they were
they're
pushing
working on
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts.
too.
Yeah.
This shit was ass.
But
But
yeah, because there are like other characters, like obviously Yuffie is gonna be there. She kind of has to.
yeah.
Who else shows up? Not Snow. What's his name? The
Sid.
dude with the hat. Sid.
Oh,
Sid
wait.
shows up.
Sid.
Sid
Yeah.
shows up.
Sid? Let me check.
I
him out.
can't wait for Sid.
Nah, Sid's cool.
That's my
Sid's cool.
boy.
I think he has like 2 other people that come with him too, right? Like
Wait,
he
Sid
has, like,
looks
Mhm.
raw.
Oh damn! You know what that means too? Kate Sith is gonna be in it too, and I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
Let's
that guy.
go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not like him. Like when I initially saw him, I did not like him because like I don't know, like I didn't like his abilities like in the OG because there's an ability where I think like his limit break, like you just die, like your whole party
Mhm.
just dies, and that's like so. I'm like what? And like story wise too, like he just wouldn't die. He was just very annoying, like
Very-
in my
yeah,
opinion.
super
But yeah.
annoying.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he'll be nerfed, and then maybe like since we have Daddy Cloud on the team, he'll get smoked.
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, fucking Aerith can live. Tifa died. It doesn't really matter. But will they do it? No. I just
I
think, I
do-
just
On
don't
that
think.
hill,
I just don't
baby.
think that Square has the balls. Like they can do it. They'll be like, yeah, sure, maybe.
And I'm like, fuck your character.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I think they know what the moneymaker.
Realistically, how much of the story would change if Tifa
if Tifa
died
dies, a lot of
rather
the
than
story-
Oh, no,
Aerith?
All of
It's
the
a
story would
significant
change.
Right?
amount.
Like
It'll be
that,
like the
Ooh,
because-
the original game
because that's what I was
was
getting at before. I'm like, that's a lot of the story now that's completely different. I mean, like we said before, like they have all rights to go and do whatever they want with the story. They probably have written like a whole new, backstory
They
for
probably
all
already
that kind of
drawn
stuff,
it.
right?
Mhm.
So they probably have already gone up and decided in their head. They're like, yeah, if we killed Tifa, what are we gonna do about this? They probably already have that shit
Yeah.
done. So,
They're already working on the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already
you never know.
going at
That's
it.
Oh,
crazy, man.
bro.
Some of you guys didn't know that the remake is 3 games because
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
how big the first game was. It was like 3 games in one.
Mm-hmm.
So well, the original game, not the first.
Yeah.
Remake. But I mean, it's kind of like stories don't do that in general because they don't kill one of the core members
Mhm.
unless this member kind of isn't that big to the story. Like Arab is matters to the story, but not that much.
But like
Not as much as Tifa, because Tifa's connected to Cloud and their whole backstory,
Yeah,
and everything
like-
they do.
Aerith dying pretty much moves forward the story too.
It motivates the
It
team.
motivates them, and we can't really kill off Tifa because that's a whole chunk of the third game where Cloud is developed at the
a
very
lot of
end. So you
game.
can't really do that.
Yeah, Cloud doesn't develop by himself.
Yeah,
Tifa's there too.
Tifa's there too, and they work together to uncover the real Cloud, I guess. So
Yeah, because
Wait,
they can change the scene, because he comes down from the heavens.
yes.
But what if they know it, right? Because Aerith is let's go somewhere else. And he comes from the shadows and still guts her. And Zack is there,
vengeance.
right? Because he has the shadow monsters that he's in the remake.
Mhm.
He has those shadow things that fucking pop up everywhere and
Oh
annoying
yeah,
as hell.
Yep.
the cloaked reunion guys.
Oh yeah.
So
His own organization 13.
oh yeah, his own heartless.
Yo,
you know?
all right.
So
No,
I feel
no,
like
no.
that changing that aspect of oh shit, we're in this fucking enclosed space, and the one part of the ceiling is open. Oh shit, Sephiroth is coming. No, he just comes from the shadows and slices.
Yeah.
So
Nah, he just walks up, walks away.
I mean, yeah.
Peace out.
Nah, if he skewers both Tifa and Aerith at the same time,
I would
No,
fucking
There's
make
no
the
third
world
game.
die.
There's no
There'd be
third
no
game after
game.
that.
yeah,
There's
there's
no
no
third
third
game.
one.
nah, you skewered
Oh.
both of them at one time. God
Holy shit.
damn.
No, I mean,
The third
like,
game
here's the
is
thing.
Cloud just slicing through
Now-
entire cities.
Now, Calm got me thinking. He's thinking me of that Naruto bullshit now. So what if?
Minato and his wife.
Yeah, but no. Here's this. It's gonna be like the mod that I did. So what if Cloud? What's that final place that Cloud and Sephiroth fight in the Final Fantasy remake? That last part, it's like space void and shit.
It's the end of the world, I guess.
Yeah.
End of the
It's
world.
the edge,
Okay.
the edge of the world. I
Edge
meant.
of the world.
Edge of the world. You see Zack and Cloud fighting Sephiroth. Boom, boom, jam. Fucking one of the best fights of all time in gaming life history. And then Sephiroth's tired and shit. And then Cloud's like, "Oh, get ready!" They're out of breath. They have no energy. And then boom, you see Sephiroth get stabbed through his chest. And who the fuck is that? Motherfucking Genesis.
I mean,
I don't know who he is,
Oh.
but no, I've seen Genesis before. I kind of know his plot here and there
I'm
about Crisis
I'm
Core.
shrugging because I'm just that's gonna be the wackest death.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Sephiroth. 'Cause the way
Yeah,
he
that's
goes
what I'm
out-
saying. It's some Naruto bullshit.
I'd rather them not do that. I'd rather them doing
Right.
something extravagant for Sephiroth's final, hurrah.
I feel
Mhm.
like
No
that
problem.
one guy that was gonna come back. What's his name? The White Wing?
Angeal?
Angeal,
Angeal,
sorry.
Yeah.
He might make an
Angeal.
appearance, and I think his character is gonna be badass because no one give a fuck about him in Crisis Core.
Well,
Apparently,
since Zack is back,
Well,
Cloud
yeah.
has a partner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because obviously Tifa is, that's his fighting partner. But Zack
right,
is
right.
the dude who helped Cloud.
Yep.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
they have, it's 2v1, but then Sephiroth's like, ah shit, motherfucker, look who I got. And then he has his own, and then they do a double battle. That'd be so sick.
That
My
would
would
be
be
spicy.
sick.
my only concern gameplay wise having Zack in the party is that he's too similar to Cloud.
Mhm.
Because
To change him
every
up.
character is diverse and different. Where you have Cloud as the main sword dude, Tifa is a martial artist, Barrett's a ranged machine gunner, Aerith is the healer, and I think that's pretty much it. And
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that mean the combat would
13 is
have to
like
be
the
like
beast.
16?
it might
Huh?
be.
What?
I mean,
Oh,
would have to
how-
be like 16 or
It
we
would,
talking about?
it would have to be the
Not
combat would
really.
have to be like 16 in order to diversify those characters.
We don't
It'll
even
have-
know how the
it'll have
combat's
the
going to be in
combat
16
team.
though.
I mean, we
Is it
know
gonna be
because
do.
fast as fuck?
it's the guy who did Devil May Cry on 16.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, that gets me interested.
But I'm pretty sure they're not on Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. If they are, then that's
Yeah.
cool. But I'm pretty sure the combat is gonna be similar to the
remake.
first game.
Yeah.
Right.
The only
right,
the only
right.
thing that like I think could solve that is if Zach is not a playable character. He's just kind of there.
shit.
He's just kind of there in your party, kind of like Red 13 in Remake Part 1, where
Yeah.
he's just there like to talk to people and like develop character wise, but like not gameplay wise, because he's
Right, he's
very
his own
similar to
person.
Cloud. So
I mean, Red 13 ends up being a character you use. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, right? Yeah. So like, it's like maybe I feel like a way they solve it is make Zack faster than Cloud, because
That's
Cloud
what
is
I was
kind of like
thinking.
yeah, like he lugs around this big ass buster. Obviously, it doesn't matter to him because he's strong, but like make Zack a lot more aggressive.
or flashy.
Yeah, flashy. Yeah, that's
'Cause
how
that's-
you kind of solve it. Because they're obviously trained in the same, military stuff. But it's like, I think Zach is a little more experienced. So having him flashier and more cocky than Cloud makes sense, and that's how you differentiate both of them.
I mean, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like Cloud technically has his own style and gimmick to his, his fighting, right? It's not fully based off of all Zack. Like he basically kind of came up with his own thing at one point, right? So having Zack come into the picture now, and he's the OG in it, he's definitely got to have some shit that Cloud don't. Like 100%. There's no way that they're going to be identical. He's definitely got to have some type of, style to it. Like when you go through the different fighting, I think what were they called? Like forms or whatever in the remake part 1, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely going to have different skills. Like he's going to have different skills you can pick from compared to Cloud, right? He might be able to be built the same way, like the same armor, weapons, blah blah blah, because like they're both soldiers, right? But they're definitely not going to have the same fighting stuff for sure.
Well, they shouldn't. That's
No.
kind of like the hope of it. Like,
Yeah.
they shouldn't have the same thing. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Like, I want to kind of be surprised. That's why I'm not thinking about too much about like storylines and stuff like that. Obviously, I have my theories, but like, I just throw it away. I'll throw it away the next time there's like a demo and be like, all right, fuck all the shit I've said before. Let's get into this shit.
one.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just excited. Being a Final Fantasy head ever since like the age of 11, 10.
Damn.
Kind
That game
of
came
like-
out in what? 1997. Final Fantasy
Yeah,
VII.
and I hopped out of my mom's cooch at 1999. So
I was chilling.
yeah, so I was like,
Nah.
I'm like, I've played RPGs. Obviously, some people are gonna think like, oh, he loves Final Fantasy. He must be his favorite RPG. No, it's not.
Mhm.
Chrono Trigger is my favorite RPG ever.
Oh
I just love Chrono
man.
Trigger. But whenever we get, when can we get the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment? Huh?
Treatment, yeah.
When am I gonna be happy for once in my life?
That's real.
Last time I
Yeah.
was happy was when I finished Chrono Trigger for like the third time.
I still need to play that game.
Please play that game.
I will. I will.
I implore all of you to play it because I
Yeah.
love that game. Shout out to Akira Toriyama for designing
Oh,
the
yep.
characters. That's the boy right there.
Wait, hold on. This is out of the blue though. Skoon, have I ever told you someone got really mad at me because I share the same birthday as Tifa?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Dude, I was
Oh,
I
I
was so
remember this.
flattered.
Yeah, Canty told this story before. I think he
like
told
there
it on
was
stream.
someone I knew in my IRL life and he got so mad because I guess Tifa is his waifu type beat and I'm like, okay. And apparently I share the same birthday as her.
Canty's like,
and,
I don't care.
I'm like, look, I think Tifa's a fucking phenomenal character and she's very iconic, but I don't care that we share the same birthday. I'm like, she's awesome. She kicks ass, but I'm like, she's not real, man. let me alone.
He's like, you don't understand, Canty.
Literally.
My brother in Christ, it's such a joy.
I'm
You
like,
tell-
yo.
It's just
For
ones and
me.
zeros at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's
Canty's
what
like,
I-
He's like Thanos. He's like, I don't even know who she is. The fuck.
I was like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I'm not even a huge Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, man.
No, I can't. You
I hope
should
she
just
dies
looked
in the
him. You
next
should have looked
one.
him dead in his eyes and be like, "I'm closer to Tifa than you ever will be." Just see him
We share
start foaming at the mouth and shit.
We share the same birthright. Jesus Christ.
I understand,
God
bro, like,
damn.
there are portions of the Final Fantasy fandom that I'm just like, oh man, you guys.
Yeah,
are
that's
just
what I'm like. I
go.
gotta,
Yeah.
I
You
gotta
gotta
back
go.
off.
I
I
do
love Aerith,
appreciate
though.
all the artists though. The artists
yeah.
in the community in the Final Fantasy community are great. I love seeing Tifa art on my timeline, and then when I like it, retweet it. All my other friends get to see it, so
Mm.
we out here, we thriving. And then
Yep.
like I see lightning art, I'm like, yes, I haven't seen lightning in years. Let me get that.
Mhm.
And then I see Noctis, the homie, and then I like all the characters I like, are
That's
being
cool,
appreciated by artists. And then like I look at people arguing about the timeline and what the second game should be. I'm like, man, I hate all of y'all. Fuck, man. God damn. Because some people are just like they take it headcanon.
Mm.
And I'm like, shut up.
I can't wait for all the theories to be wrong, and they're gonna do something completely 180 crazy,
man,
and it's
that's-
gonna be the best.
Yeah, that's what I hope. I hope like I'm not 100% right. If I'm like close and it kind of happens the way I said it, I'll still be surprised. I'm like, damn, they actually did that. Fuck.
I hope they
Mhm.
make
I
me
was
feel like a
kidding.
stupid bitch. That's all.
Yeah, be like,
Yeah.
man, you got fucking
Definitely.
microphones in my house, bro. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Exactly, and
It's
I
like,
think
yeah.
they're gonna make that.
Y'all
What's
thought you had the conspiracy figured out. Psych.
Like,
Completely
He was just
180
the
other way. Other way.
experiment In the end of the day, he was
Nah.
giving us ideas.
They literally said there, write that down, write that down. They're like fucking scribbling shit,
Fucking-
whatever.
they're like,
yo,
yo, short hair
Square Enix-
Tifa.
The Square Enix ninjas are watching the podcast. Like, they kind of spin. Wait, hold
They
on,
kinda
hold on.
spin.
Write it
Yeah.
down. Let me get a pen.
They're
Yo,
like,
short hair Tifa. That's genius.
they're like, how the fuck have we ain't figured this out yet? How did we not think of this?
They're like,
We see,
these
we
guys are
see, like,
geniuses.
an announcement tomorrow being like, oh, they delayed it, the game. They're like, we need some time to polish and fix it. They just fucking changed the whole fucking thing.
They're sitting there, they're like, they know too much. Crossing off the fucking list of names now. They're like,
They put like a
oh
big
shit.
storyboard, fucking whiteboard, and just start crossing shit out. Like, they know this, they know that. How they knew this, bro? We never even said anything about this.
Right.
like, what
Just
the
that fucking
fuck?
Key and Peele episode where he's just like, son of a bitch.
No, they definitely feel like that. I think it's when it comes with Maximilian, because he be fucking thinking galaxy brain type
Did
B.
Maximilian guessed Rebirth like
predicted-
2
yeah,
years
he
ago?
predicted-
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah,
He
or like
did?
a year or
So.
two, yeah.
That's
What?
a year
I was
ago,
like,
right?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he predicted it. Well, he said it, and then everybody thought he was like, oh no, that's gonna be like Remake Part 2 or some generic. And then like when Rebirth came out, everybody was retweeting that one clip where Maximilian was like, it's gonna be Rebirth. It is, yeah.
That's so wild.
Like,
Like
so
he's-
much influence on.
He
like,
nailed
on,
that shit.
that's
yeah.
one of his. I think that's one of his favorite games of all time. Final Fantasy VII.
Mhm.
I think it is his favorite game of all
It
time.
is.
Is
I
it?
think
Oh,
it
sure.
is.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought it was
Because-
like one of it.
One of the most heartwarming stories on his stream
Yep.
was like talking about like when the remake was coming out, like the whole team at Square Enix, the division of Final Fantasy, the remake, when they were working on the game, they had his reaction to the game on like a big screen and to like motivate them to like,
Yep.
bro, this game, it has to be good for people
Yeah.
like
That's
Max.
so cool.
And he was telling the story, and like it was like the second time I saw Max cry. Like I
Wow.
never see Max cry, and he was like, they have me on the big screen, and like because he was talking to like, the director and stuff. And then, like,
Mhm.
to motivate the team, they put his reaction to like the official, I'm pretty sure like the first remake trailer that came out like in 2015, something like that.
Yeah.
And then like the actual remake one that came out in like 2019, to motivate them to make sure this game comes out without a hitch. you know?
That's crazy.
And he was like just talking about it, and like obviously this is like a translator there, but like hearing the director and like them translating and telling Max that they kind of they're motivated by him and people like him, so it's just
Mhm.
like
Aw.
it's like they do it for us.
Yeah, no, they care. I know they absolutely care about this story. That's why they're like trying to take their time. They're trying to make everything perfectly right. If they gotta delay the game, they gotta delay the game. But you just looking at the trailer of like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, they give a fucking shit. Like they are trying to
Oh,
go
yeah.
over beyond. It might have same elements as the original story, but they're trying to make it like a new game. That experience that you had with Final Fantasy VII when you first played it, and that's fucking
Mm.
sick.
Yeah, I think they understand that they have taken L's, and I feel like Square kind of takes their L's kind of proudly.
Mhm.
Mm.
Whenever they try something new, like as much shit as I give Kingdom Hearts 3, it's not a bad game.
No.
I think me personally, I just don't like it.
You heard
'Cause
it
I'm
here,
like,
folks.
man, oh, dude, not this.
Vanessa's gonna
thing.
fucking chew you out.
Bro. No, she's gonna take the clip and be like, "See, guys, he doesn't hate the game."
He's like,
Right?
I attack and I conquered.
They're like, he's lying. He's lying.
She's gonna put it in the
Um,
comments and be like, "No, he's a fucking traitor." I'm like, "No, I don't. I never hated the game. I
It was rough.
I couldn't love the.
It wasn't that Kingdom Hearts 2 feel that you had.
No,
No,
like,
it's not even
like,
that. I hated
No,
the
it's not?
ending.
Oh,
well,
never
the
mind.
ending
I don't
is-
know the
is-
ending, so
Ending is just.
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts either, so I wouldn't know.
No, you guys are fine. The ending is
Don't worry
baffling.
about it.
Mhm.
Um,
It makes
and then,
no sense.
People are like, "Man, the DLC fixes it." I'm like, "Then why wasn't it in the original fucking game?"
Right.
It's a DLC. But I,
think-
digress. I don't hate 3. I never did.
Yeah.
It's just it never held on to me that like this game is incredible because it's not.
Mhm.
I feel like people who like 3 won't even say it's incredible. They can still like it.
Yeah,
But
maybe 4
yeah.
will fix it. I think 4 will fix it. I don't know
Hopefully.
shit. I
did-
don't know jack shit,
I was hyped on 4.
but it looks good.
But yeah. Last few thoughts. I think Crisis Core looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know the whole time we were talking about Rebirth, but
Mhm.
Crisis Core looks sick.
It's not
Oh.
changing the story, is it?
It
Crisis
looks
Core?
kind of the same.
I hope it isn't because like
Pretty
I personally
sure
haven't
it's just
played
like
it.
updated graphics and like
Yeah, it
updated
just
like
looks-
combat.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
it was
that's all it
changing the
looks like.
story again.
But I'm
Mm.
hyped. I haven't played Crisis Core in years, like literally years.
It was a
So,
PSP game, right?
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
and
it
now
was
it's on
PSP.
every platform.
Yeah,
Every-
it's on everything. So
Bro,
Including the
this-
Switch. That's
the-
crazy.
The Switch about to
That's
blow the fuck up.
crazy.
That Switch is about to blow the fuck
Yeah.
up. There's
I don't
no
know how
way.
Switch is gonna run them
There's
lists,
no
but-
way. There's
Oh,
no way
man.
in hell that game looked the way it did, and Switch is running it. No.
Nah, it's definitely the new OLED Switch. Everybody else's Switch is about to blow up,
my
especially the
God.
Switch Lite.
Mhm.
Oh,
Or
You
y'all
have
gonna
to
be stuck
clear
on
all
y'all
your,
gonna
like memory.
y'all gonna be stuck on 240p.
Right.
I don't
Me when
know,
I
I
play
just-
Monster Hunter.
I'm happy to replay it because I kind of forgot. Like I know Zach's story a little bit. I kind of don't want to say it because I know people are gonna get the game.
Mhm.
And because they never those who've never played Crisis Core. But yeah, I'm excited. Pretty sure you guys are excited. It looks good.
Check it out.
Looks great. Yeah. Let's end it off with our favorite Final Fantasy characters. I was kind of wanting to ask people that. I wanted to ask you guys, and those listening in the YouTube comments, let us know who's your favorite Final Fantasy character. Let's ask our special guest because I already know who's his favorite character. But
Yeah.
Yes.
for people out in the
demonstration.
world, what is
Mhm.
Skoon Chung's favorite? Final Fantasy?
Well, it's definitely Tifa, mainly because character design looks really good. And
Really?
I think
I
her.
bet.
I think. all right then.
Why are you gonna call a man out for that?
I do think like her character like the way they presented her story was very interesting. However, I don't think it was clear in the OG. You kind of have to look for it just to kind of get her character. But once you understand her like as a character, she's a really cool character, and I'm glad they're fleshing her out more in the remake because like sometimes in the OG she wouldn't really say anything, and that's kind of her character. But hopefully they expand more of her character. But other than that, I guess Cloud is my other one.
Yeah, Tifa definitely is top 3 waifu, and she is number 3 or 2. So
It
Mr.
just-
Cantropolis, for the man who isn't that into a Final Fantasy. I know you've seen other Final Fantasy characters.
Of course, I have. Yeah, I think Final
Who
Fantasy.
is your or would be your favorite if you did get into the series?
To be honest, I'm gonna be real with you. Like going through like all the Final Fantasy games, I think the one that stood out to me because I was playing a lot of Xbox 360 games. I don't know anything about this character. I don't know anything about this game, but I love the character design. I think Lightning was like my favorite
Ooh.
character design. I think she looks fucking awesome. I think she looks so cool, and I enjoy Aerith too. I think Aerith is so fucking funny. Like I just think I would like to have Aerith as a friend, just to joke around and shoot the shit. Like she's just a fucking cool character, and it's funny too because it never fails. I always tell Skoon this as well. Whenever I see Tifa, it just reminds me of Skoon. No matter where I go. Tifa merch, Tifa fucking posters, I don't fucking care. It's just like, I'm like, there's no one that I know that loves Tifa more than Tifa.
Hey man, I like Tifa, but bro, Skoon is on another level.
Like, I sent him a picture at Frankenstein's one time, and he's like, what the fuck? This shit's crazy.
When I was talking about retweeting Tifa art, I was kind of only mainly talking about Skoon. So, yeah.
But I think Lightning will be
attacked.
my favorite.
No, Lightning is she's fair. She is in the argument of top
Lightning's-
three waifus and best
Cool.
one of
So-
the female characters.
Tox, you plan on playing both of you, Tox and Skoon, plan on playing
13.
Calm.
Okay. Huh? What?
I thought you lost your audio. I was about to have a heart attack.
No.
brother.
You fucking scared the
there
shit
you
out of me.
I thought he blipped. That was it. He was done.
I'm like, come, I don't want that.
You got
That's not right
Thanos
now.
snap.
Wait, what are you talking?
We're gonna send off the fucking podcast without it. It wasn't our risk.
It was a little
was it my
skip.
pause or some shit?
It was a
pause.
time skip. That was all.
Okay. Don't worry, I had to order food.
But yeah, I hope Skoon and Tox play 13.
I will.
Yes,
I'll
I'm gonna
because
play 16. I'm definitely tapped in for
Yes,
it.
sir.
13, I won't say what I was gonna say, but 13 is genuinely, it's a good game. You might have issues with the gameplay.
There are
Because-
issues though. Like
Yeah,
issues,
there's
issues.
definitely issues.
It's a
but-
good and bad game, you know. So
Like if you want a feel good Final Fantasy story, that's 13, in my opinion.
Oh,
It's
okay.
nice.
Tox,
But-
who would Calm, who would be your favorite character? Or who is your favorite character, I guess?
I juggle 3 favorite characters all the time.
That's
So
fair.
fucking my number 1 favorite character for Final Fantasy has for a long time has just been Yuffie. I fucking love Yuffie.
Oh shit.
She's fantastic. I do.
You little
enjoy
trickster.
her.
I love Yuffie.
I'm a
And
little
then and then second would be Leon Squall. That's my fucking boy.
Squall
I
is
love
the
that man.
goat. Oh,
Like
so
he's
good.
amazing.
Love
And
Squall.
then third is fuck, why am I no, I'm not blanking. Third is my baby girl, my love, my life, Jessie from Final Fantasy
Oh
VII Remake.
shit.
Oh,
Jesse, the ride or
God.
die right there.
Man,
Bro, that's my girl.
if I just got that date with Jesse, bro. Oh my god. Let me gotta go into it because we're supposed to be
I
ending
was
the episode.
screaming.
Well,
Wait,
Tox,
Leon,
screaming.
fucking God.
of the games you've played, who is your favorite character?
I mean, when I played, like my first one when I first started playing was I played 7, like the OG one, and I loved
Mhm.
Barrett. Like Barrett, I don't know why. I just for some reason I just like clicked with Barrett. Like I liked his playthrough. Like I really liked how like he was the kind of like the glue that stuck with that group with Cloud and Tifa and that when they were together. Like he was that guy. I just loved Barrett for that. But when I started playing 15 or was it 14 or 15? No, it was 15. Yeah. 15. I liked what's his name? The dude with the glasses. What's his name there? Ignis. I don't know why. I just felt like that dude, you didn't fuck with him. Because he was about to pull out some shit to slap you sideways. If you like, he was that guy that you would look at him, you'd be like, nah, pff, easy money. And then he'd snap you. He'd snap you right there. I'm like, he was just that dude. He was my favorite. And then I guess I want to say like villain out of them. Like, I mean, come on, Sephiroth. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's just,
sir.
he like there's I don't know if there's anyone that does it better. Like, come on now.
He's
Like,
literally
he's
the
not-
Vader of video games.
Yeah, like he's not
Yeah.
like an over obsessive villain. Like he's just
knows
you
what he
you
wants.
just know that you don't fuck with him at all. And if you do,
Yeah.
you know the
Lights out.
consequences. You already know the consequences. It's not like, oh my god, what is he gonna do to me? No, you already know. He's gonna body you instantly. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have to think about it. You already know. So it's done. It's right there. So that be Barrett, Ignis, and Sephiroth.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn. I'm in the same vein of everybody else. I have more than just one. Playing Final Fantasy for a long time. Playing most of the games. I think the only one I didn't play was 14 because it's an MMO, and I'm not a fan of MMO. A lot of people know that. A very certain old man will always wrestle me about play 14, play 14. Fucking swear to God. But I think typical answers I would say are, Cloud and Tifa. Personal attachment. Kind of resonate with them as characters a little bit. But if I want to go off the script, I can say Terra. Terra's
Ooh.
great. She's a very good female character that is just strong, sick, loving. I don't know. She's great. I do love Zack a lot. Obviously Lightning. Exists. Noctis is cool. He got better with the DLC, in my
He
opinion.
did. He really did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's that future Noctis Wolf is one of my favorites.
Oh, Future Noctis. Yeah,
He's
100%. I agree with that.
I love Titus, even though he has a very funny scene in 10. Titus, he's just a fun, super energetic boy, and I do appreciate that about him. Lightning, again, one of the best female like right next to like Terra and Tifa, in my opinion, one of the best female characters in RPG. But yeah, out of those, you could say are my favorite. Obviously, if I want to like specify it, Cloud is probably my favorite character, just because I know it sounds plain and bland. I don't know, Sephiroth. Cloud has a lot of factors to him that I'm just like, yeah, that's my boy. Favorite villain will always be Sephiroth. I don't know who else can do it like Sephiroth. Second favorite villain is the government, because even after they get their shit cooked, they just come back and just keep doing that. I'm just like, you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta go. But yeah, that's been episode 3.5. Everyone.
Yep.
I'd like to thank our special guest and one of my favorite homies, Skoon Chung, the boy, the homie. And also, by the way, if you guys didn't know, he will be at Evo with us, with me and Calm. He's gonna be playing Tekken. That's his game.
Yeah.
We'll be there. So
I'll be rooting for you guys.
Yeah, you see, we got our cheerleaders out here. But if we see you at Evo, all three, me, Calm, and Skoon are gonna be there. So can't wait to see you guys.
Don't rush them for the hug. You got to kind of be sneaky about it. Don't come at them, because if they lock eyes with you, it's over. That's it. You scare them off.
I'm gonna say it
They're
either
skittish.
way. If you rush me or sneak me, I'm gonna flip you. That's all of us.
If you see us, say what's up. I mean, if you guys are fighting people, I know it's a Final Fantasy episode, but Evo is kind of the big thing we're going to in like 2 months. So yeah. It's been episode 3. Skoon's links, his Twitch, his Twitter, his Insta, down below, where everybody else's shit is at. It doesn't go nowhere. It's the same spot. Go look down there.
It's crazy because you all looked back last time and you didn't click on all of them. That's crazy. But I know you saw them. I see you seen them. Like just click them.
Down there
click
these
them.
Are,
God.
you guys know.
And what else we know is most of y'all that watch ain't subscribed. So subscribe.
Oh, please subscribe.
And
Tell
hit
everybody
that
that you know to follow the Running Back Boys. Please.
and hit that bell button so you stay up to date with the notifications and shit. Feel me?
Yeah, I don't want you asking what time we upload, because like you know what time we upload, all right?
Right.
This episode is just a rush job, and I feel like it came pretty good. So yeah, follow all of us. Follow Canty's Twitch. Follow Calm's Twitch. Follow Tox's Twitch. They're gonna be playing Final Fantasy in the future. Follow Skoon's Twitch. Hopefully he'll come back to streaming again.
Yeah.
And play the other Final Fantasy he hasn't played. Yeah, follow us on everything that we exist on. Twitter, TikTok, Insta, all that. This has been your NYC rat, your homie, your boy, Snorlax. That has been Canadian Talks. That has been Ohio Calm. That has been Mr. Robot JPEG Canty. And that's been our good friend, Skoon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Later.
Bye.